A sprawling criminal case is gripping a small North Texas town. Authorities say a former city leader and a couple are tied to a prostitution probe.
I know that he's strong and he's going to get through this. We're both going to get through this.
Tonight, hear from the woman defending her husband as we dig into this case.
If you have some outdoor work you need to get done, I'll tell you how many more dry days we'll have before thunderstorms return to North Texas.
And later, a star on the rise from a North Texas pitch to playing in front of thousands overseas. A young deaf soccer player's inspiring story.
You're watching NBC 5 News at 10.
We begin with breaking news. Fort Worth police are on the scene of a triple shooting. This is unfolding on Persimmon Court, just off Park Vista Boulevard. Fort Worth Fire confirms the 3 gunshot victims have been taken to the hospital. We're also told an ambulance was called for a 4th person. It is unclear at this point what the victims' conditions are at this hour. We'll bring you updates as soon as we get more information. A North Texas prostitution investigation is widening tonight, with new allegations involving former law enforcement officers.
Investigators say a couple ran a years-long operation working with members of the Godley Police Department to target local officials. The husband in that couple is now behind bars, and tonight Meredith Yeomans has reaction from his wife.
I do want to say that Godley is a great community.
In the small city of Godley, a growing criminal case is drawing in more people. The Johnson County District Attorney's Office now alleges a prostitution conspiracy linked to a local couple and former members of the Godley Police Department.
He's a great husband. He's an amazing father, and I hope to bring him back soon for my children.
Michael Ketcherside remains in jail after his arrest last Thursday on a continuous promotion of prostitution charge. Prosecutors say he and his wife Ashley ran an operation serving numerous clients for the past 5 years. A search warrant executed at their home last Tuesday turned up what prosecutors say is evidence of ongoing criminal activity.
They grabbed a few USB drives and a couple of laptops, an iPad, and a phone.
Authorities allege the couple worked with the then police chief Matthew Cantrell and other officers, targeting public officials and private citizens who they perceived as adversaries.
What do they mean by that?
I don't know. I have no idea who they would be talking about or what kind of information would be said.
The DA's office says the officials known so far are members of the Godley City Council, the Godley ISD School Board, a former mayor of Godley, and a former police chief for the city.
Ashley has not been charged in connection with the case and is standing by her husband, pushing back against the allegations.
I know that he's strong and he's going to get through this. We're both going to get through this. We believe in the criminal justice system, and I'm hoping that our names are cleared and we can move forward from here.
In Godley, Meredith Yeomans, NBC 5.
And the investigation remains active with the possibility of more arrests.
Now to the weather. It's been a nice few days, but we've got changes on the way. Chief Meteorologist Rick Mitchell is here now. How long before we need those umbrellas again, Rick?
Oh, I'd say we at least have a good solid 2 days, perhaps a little bit more than that. Tomorrow, Friday, both will be dry with a fair amount of sunshine. Might see a couple of showers south of us on Friday, but a good chunk of the day will be dry. Now, Saturday, that's when we start to see storms forming out to the west late in the day. So I think the bulk of our weather here in North Texas will remain dry, but late Saturday night and especially Sunday, that's when the thunderstorm chances really go up. And as you can see, some severe thunderstorms are possible, and this may not be the only day where we're going to deal with some strong storms. I'll detail that when I come back.
Okay, all right, a lot to keep up with. Rick, thank you. Now, if you haven't already, now is a good time to download our free NBC DFW app. You can set custom alerts to receive weather notifications for your neighborhood.
It was another gut-wrenching day of testimony in the trial of Tanner Horner. He's accused of killing 7-year-old Athena Strand back in 2022. NBC 5's Tahra Rahman explains what the jury heard and saw.
Step out. Step out. Keep your hands up.
From the former FedEx driver's arrest to leading law enforcement on what prosecutors call a wild goose chase.
Right here or further?
hours of footage captured as investigators frantically search for 7-year-old Athena Strand for the third day straight. Then interview Horner at the Wise County Jail.
I kind of backed up and hit her.
When he says he accidentally hit Athena with his van.
I listened to this dumb little voice in my head that told me, just grab her and go.
Then drove around with her until he decided what to do.
She was worried that I was a kidnapper. And what did you tell her? I told her no. She was a sweet kid.
Horner reveals he has an alter ego named Zero and says the voice in his head told him to hurt Athena.
I tried to break her neck, make it as quick and painless as possible, but it didn't work. She started crying.
Also saying it was an out-of-body experience, which he's had all his life.
I'm a parent. I want my kid found.
Horner saying he has a fiancée and child, expressing several times he's afraid of losing his job, his income, and his life.
I'm going to miss out on everything. All because I listened to some stupid voice that isn't probably even there.
Finally, Texas Ranger Job Espinoza asks Zero to take them to Athena. And over 4 hours after questioning, Athena's body finally found in the dark in a creek at Bobo Crossing.
And I was able to see her nude body buoyant beneath the water.
In Fort Worth, Bahira Rahman, NBC 5.
The trial resumes at 9 in the morning, and we will stream it on the NBC DFW app.
The Granbury City Council agreed to rezone 2,000 acres for a data center power plant. The decision will allow construction along Paluxy Highway. Granbury residents have voiced their concerns over this decision for months. There are concerns that the giant facilities will drive up energy costs once they come online, consume water supplies, and blight the landscape. And last night, they gave one more plea to stop the construction.
And I do think that the people that would come in with these hyperscale data centers, I worry that they have very deep pockets and they can violate these regulations, and none of the consequences that we might want to impose upon them will be enough to stop them.
Now, city leaders approved the rezoning, saying that it is better to restrict how data centers can look and sound in the city than nothing at all. The debate surrounding data centers will make its way to the state capitol. During a hearing tomorrow, lawmakers will weigh the effects of the facilities statewide. That hearing could set the stage for how the issue will play out during next year's legislative session, and the hearing begins at 10 a.m.
The city of Fort Worth is looking at helping first responders with their workers' comp claims. It comes as many of them have reported jumping through hoops to get major claims approved after being hurt on the job. Jayla Washington joins us with an update from the newsroom. Jayla?
City of Fort Worth data shows most workers' comp claims come from police officers and firefighters, and there's concern about how many of those claims are being denied. That has led to a broader conversation of how they should be handled.
Fort Worth firefighter Caleb Halverson rehabs his knee every day after surgery earlier this year.
I've had 8 surgeries so far. They say I roughly need about 8 more.
It has been a long recovery process. He almost died when a burning roof collapsed on him at work last year. And after over a month in the hospital, he didn't expect to have a months-long fight with insurance for the care he needed. He says this device recommended by his in-network doctor after surgery was denied at first. And that was the case for other laser surgeries he needs to treat burns as well, which have now been approved, but after lots of back and forth.
Which I think highlighted a lot of the concerns.
It's why he and other first responders showed up to this City of Fort Worth meeting Tuesday to advocate for changes.
Burning roofs don't land on everyone. Police officers get shot. That's not a line of duty injury for a general employee. So we have a different set of injuries.
The chair of the Public Safety Committee says all City of Fort Worth employees' workers' comp claims are treated the same. And that's why there's pushback from first responders who say it is harder for them to get their claims approved because of their unique injuries.
We know no one's doing anything with malintent, but where's the breakdown? Because there's clearly a breakdown.
The chair says being self-insured, bringing this conversation to the public can help them figure out how to take a more common sense approach.
Now that we're kind of shining a light essentially on our own dirty laundry, that's the only way we can see meaningful change.
Meaningful change, Halverson hopes, can make getting approved for upcoming surgeries easier.
I believe it will get better and we will make all this right.
So no word yet on what exactly those next steps will be, but first responders are also advocating for out-of-network specialized doctors who will accept the city's workers' compensation rates to be allowed in order to prevent some of those denials that are currently happening. In the newsroom, Jayla Washington, NBC 5.
Thank you, Jayla. Now to the fragile 2-week ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran. It comes after 6 weeks of bombings. Negotiators are set to come together in Pakistan with Vice President J.D. Vance and Special Envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner. But just hours after the ceasefire was announced, Israel pounded Lebanon with its heaviest strikes yet, killing hundreds of people and drawing a threat of retaliation from Iran, which said the attacks violated the ceasefire.
I think this comes from a legitimate misunderstanding. I think the Iranians thought that the ceasefire included Lebanon, and it just didn't. We never made that promise.
Meanwhile, Iran and the U.S. laid out sharply different agendas for talks aimed at forging a lasting peace in the region. Those negotiations are set for Saturday in Islamabad, Pakistan. Still ahead, a trip they will never forget, the mid-flight scare that's going viral.
My hearing loss being what it is, I feel like I'm a very analytical player.
Going global, a young deaf soccer player on her way to star status. From a North Texas pitch to playing in front of thousands overseas. Hear her inspiring story.
Now to the ongoing power outages in downtown Salina. The mayor is speaking out after last night's public meeting to discuss the problem. The outages have plagued the city as it undergoes electric system upgrades. Business owners say it is costing them a lot of money. One of them told us an outage last week lasted 12 hours, leading to spoiled food. An ice cream shop told us they had to throw out more than $70,000 worth of melted products over the past month. Some business owners are even worried the power problems could sink them. Encore says it is working to address the issue. Here's what the mayor says.
Salina's grown. That obviously has caused more demand on Salina's infrastructure. A lot of it is severely outdated. It's from the 1960s, it's from the 1970s. I think we really worry about our vulnerable residents inside of the city, making sure that their health care needs are taken care of.
Encore says it is installing hundreds of new poles, and the project should be complete by this summer. They also blame some of the outages on severe weather.
As state education leaders prepare to vote on major changes to what Texas students learn in history classes, the granddaughter of the grandmother of Juneteenth is pushing for lessons on Miss Opal Lee. Deion Sims traveled from Fort Worth to Austin and joined a long list of speakers with public comments on proposed changes to the social studies text standards. Now, last year, the Board of Education approved changes shifting the social studies focus from cultural and world history to more Texas and U.S. history. And while Juneteenth is included, Sims advocated for Miss Opal to be studied as a key individual who helped shape Texas history.
So Dr. Lee's peaceful advocacy, her national petition efforts, and civic engagement provide a real Texas example of democratic participation in action. Including her does not add to instructional burden. It reflects teaching practices already happening in Texas classrooms.
The Board of Education is set to vote on those final standards in June.
Ahead of the World Cup, one North Texas soccer player is already celebrating a championship win. White Settlement ISD grad Sierra Casper recently returned home from Tokyo with a gold medal after joining Team USA's national deaf soccer team. NBC5's Allie Spilliards has more on her journey.
All right, ladies. Hey, let's bring it in.
On the field at Brewer High School, you'd be hard-pressed to pinpoint the thing that differentiates Sierra Casper from the rest of her team. It's not until she tells her story
We noticed some hearing loss around 5th grade for me.
that you realize Casper processes what happens here on the pitch in her own unique way.
I have 70 decibels of hearing loss in my right ear and 65 in my left, which is considered severely deaf.
She wasn't shy about it because she was just a really good competitor. So she would tell people, like, you need to speak up when you're talking to me or else I'm not going to be able to hear you.
A self-proclaimed soccer girly, Casper put on her first pair of cleats at 4 years old. She took on the role of goalkeeper at 8. By middle school, she moved up to a select team. It was around the same time doctors diagnosed Casper with progressive hearing loss, requiring hearing aids.
And so it was like new team, new accessories, ear accessories.
Which she'd secure behind a headband before games.
And it was really hard for me to accept for quite a while that I was different, now visibly, instead of just like, you know, maybe your personality's a little different.
But eventually, Casper learned that with disability comes special skills.
With my hearing loss being what it is, I feel like I'm a very analytical player. So I feel like I am very attentive to what is happening. I'm trying to pay attention, whether it's our first touch, whether if we're driving too much, whether if we're holding the ball too much, if we're not holding the ball enough.
Then last summer came an invitation.
I recently joined the deaf national team for U.S.
The hearing loss Casper long feared would make her stand out was suddenly one of the reasons she belonged.
But they were my first deaf culture, and so I learned a lot about myself that I didn't know came from my hearing, and they taught me a lot of things.
Together, the team traveled to Tokyo this past fall, competing in the 2025 Deaf Olympics Games. After 4 hard-fought matches against Japan, Casper returned home to North Texas with a different kind of accessory.
She's very, very pretty. I still haven't come up with a name.
A gold medal that serves as a reminder of just how powerful differences can be.
There's so many people out there who were just like me when I was in 6th grade, who were self-conscious. I would love if I just got to be another one of those people that was cheering them on and saying, you know, I did it, I'm comfortable, I'm happy. It's who you are, and it's better to embrace who you are than to try to be something you're not.
In Fort Worth, Allie Spilliards, NBC 5.
Casper graduated from Brewer in December. She recently announced she'll play for Navarro College in the fall.
It's awesome. All right, take a moment to take a look at this. A tornado touched down in Florida's Miami-Dade County yesterday, knocking down trees, even flipping a boat. And the National Weather Service says that the EF0 twister moved through the Palm Springs North community near Miami Gardens just before 5 p.m. with an estimated peak wind of 85 miles per hour. That tornado carved out more than a half-mile path of damage there, but fortunately, we're told no one was hurt. But wow, just that quick. You know, severe weather season.
We know, right, how scary that can be,
Absolutely.
but we've been so lucky to see that.
We have,
We
right?
have, absolutely.
Okay,
right.
so Miami has had one more tornado than all of North Texas so far this year. That's how good we have been. Let's hope it continues, but let's be realistic. It's April. Eventually, the thunderstorms will get a little on the rowdy side. But we got a couple more dry days to go. You could almost throw Saturday in there as well. That would make 3. But I think Saturday night we start to see some storm chances, especially on Sunday. Sunday could be a severe weather day. We'll have to be weather aware as we go forward. But right now, I've got Thursday and Friday dry. I can't rule out a stray shower Friday, but I just felt, you know, the bulk of the day and the time is going to be dry. Saturday, the rain chance goes up late evening, so daylight hours look dry. And then Sunday, you can see the rain chance is pretty high. It goes down a little bit Monday, but Monday will still have the potential for some strong storms. So it's just that time of the year. Futurecast, 7 in the morning, some clouds south of us. I bet we see a fair amount of sunshine early on. For the afternoon, if there are any showers, we're talking Waco and south. We'll stay dry around here. As we go into Friday, a little bit more cloud cover. Notice there is an uptick in the showers, but I think they stay to the south of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. If you're headed up into Oklahoma on Friday, there might be some stronger thunderstorms up across northern parts of Oklahoma, but nothing that will impact us. Now we go into Saturday, and this is at 5 p.m. So the bulk of the day is dry. You start to see some thunderstorms out west, but the main line is well to the west, so we might have to wait really late on into Saturday night or even Sunday morning before we see some storms. Severe weather potential on Saturday. It's well west of us. It's out in West Texas. Notice that area gets closer to us on Sunday. This would most likely impact us during the afternoon and evening. Why would it be severe? Potential for large hail, damaging winds. And if the conditions are right, just right, they could produce a couple of tornadoes in this situation. Out to Monday, severe weather risk. And Tuesday, yeah, it's just one of those patterns. So we're going to have rounds of showers and thunderstorms. And over the next 7 days, it would not surprise me to see a good 1 to 2 inches of rain across North Texas. Some spots may see even a little bit more. So for tonight, quiet, no thunderstorms tonight. Partly cloudy, 59 will be our low temperature tomorrow. Let's go partly to mostly sunny. A high of 82, south wind 10 to 15. A little warmer than today. We had 78 today, so it'll be a little warmer than that. Up to 82 again Friday, and then the thunderstorm chances increase this weekend, especially Sunday with that severe weather risk. And then just periods of showers and storms Monday and beyond. Of course, it's not going to rain that whole time, but each day we'll kind of have to be weather aware. Brian?
I know you'll be watching it for us. Thank you, Rick. Still ahead, the Rangers stay red hot, how they finished the sweep over a division rival this afternoon.
It was an afternoon matinee at Globe Life Field in Arlington. The first place Texas Rangers going for their first sweep over the Seattle Mariners since 2023. All right, let's pick up the action in the bottom of the 5th inning. Brandon Nimmo hits the chopper to first with the bases loaded. The throw to home plate gets away. Danny Jensen and Josh Smith score on the air. That gives Texas a 2-0 lead. On the mound, Mackenzie Gore gets his second victory of the season. He was very good, allowing just 1 hit in 5 shutout innings. The Rangers win 3-0, improving to 7-5.
It was a really, really good series for us, and shows you the type of clubhouse we have to come back after those 3 games. They still went about their business the right way and came in to win each day. So that was not an easy series, obviously. I mean, that is a good pitching staff, good team. So it was a good team wins.
The Rangers are off tomorrow. They will visit the 2-time defending World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers starting Friday, and that's a part of a 10-game road trip. Round 1 of the Masters begins tomorrow in Augusta, Georgia. Players and their families took part in the annual Par 3 contest today. There's Scotty Scheffler and his 1-year-old son, Bennett, in the action. The Highland Park High School product is the betting favorite to win his 3rd green jacket. And let's end with a quick note in men's college basketball. TCU star forward David Punch is entering the transfer portal. He led the Horned Frogs in scoring and was an all Big 12 honorable mention last season. He will be a sought-after player. I'm Newey Scruggs for NBC 5 Sports.
Lots going on with the portal action. Newey, thank you. Well, they look calm, but they are on a flight they will never forget. The sky-high scare when we come back.
Some scary moments for people aboard a flight from Boston to the island of Nantucket. A cabin door opened mid-flight. Video here shows the Cape airplane flying level and the passengers sitting calmly. An airline spokesperson says the incident happened on Monday. Shortly after takeoff, the flight experienced an issue with the main cabin door before it popped open. Fortunately, the flight returned safely to Boston. The FAA is investigating.
Wow. All right, and if you are flying on Southwest Airlines soon, you may need to double check what's in your carry-on. Yes, the airline is now rolling out some new restrictions on chargers starting April 20th. Passengers will only be allowed to bring 1 portable charger on board. And this change is aimed at reducing the risk of lithium battery fires. Southwest says that it'll focus on reminding passengers, not strict enforcement.
Simple lifestyle changes could help reduce the risk of dementia. According to new research, people don't need elaborate or expensive longevity hacks to stay mentally sharp as they age. Regular exercise and about 7 hours of sleep a night could lower the chances of developing late onset dementia by as much as 25%. Breaking up longer periods of sitting had the greatest effect. According to the study published in the journal PLOS ONE, sitting for more than 8 hours a day increased dementia risk by nearly 30%. Researchers used data from 69 studies that included nearly 3 million people over 80 years.
Great reasons to move there. All right, still ahead, a special day for zoo lovers. We're going to explain next.
Finally tonight, did you know today was National Zoo Lovers Day? The Fort Worth Zoo posted these pictures on X, thanking people for their support. They say all of their animals and staff are grateful as well. You're welcome. We love you too. Before we go, Rick's got one last check of the weather. Rick.
Yeah, dry weather tomorrow, guys. Same thing pretty much Friday. Highs will be in the lower 80s, a little bit above normal. And then we see rain chances starting to perk up. This will be late Saturday. Best bet is going to be Sunday, but that chance extends into next week. Some of the storms could be severe, especially on Sunday. So it's April. It's always good to stay up to date and be ready in case there's bad weather. We'll keep you ahead of the storm.
We're going to soak up the sun tomorrow and Friday for sure. Thanks, Rick. And thank you all so much for joining us, everyone. We've got The Tonight Show up next.
And we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night.